they're not far away from really putting it back on track.
See both. It's a long season in their viewpoint. IUPUI, they said, we still feel like they can compete in the Horizon League, which league play has just started there as they go across to a different conference today, take on an old foe. First time there as they go across to a different conference today, take on an old foe. First time these two teams played was back in 1978. Down the lane, Hartwig.
Extra stutter step on that. I bet you in the NBA that probably wouldn't be called.
Working across the timeline, Jayla Johnson, one of the many transfers, 10 new faces for IUPUI, including Davidson. Dumps it down low to Walterman, who ties the game.
Good bucket for IUPUI to get things started.
Here's Stuyvesant to Stuyvesant, the two sisters. What a boost they've been to Evansville. Almost 27 points per game between them. The dump down to Tomancova, too strong off the glass. The second chance, not enough.
They're going to take those looks.
The dump down to Tomancova, too strong off the glass. The second chance, not enough.
They're going to take those looks.
Too strong off the glass. The second chance, not enough.
They're going to take those looks, though. If she gets those looks for a good portion of the night, she's going to score a pretty good bucket load of points.
And she's been playing really well of late, too. Sliding it by as their first lead. Kennedy Mason Stuyvesant. There's Julie Paloma. Alana Stuyvesant, the contact. And
sister, who we saw last year how good she could play for Evansville. Between the two of them, it's a pretty good combination.
For the two sisters to be able to reconnect here in Evansville.
Yeah, you have a bonding there, and you can see it on the floor if she gets one or two. You have a bonding there, and you can see it on the floor if she gets one or two. They're a pretty fair combination together.
And Silver Creek had a lot of success when they were there. Here's Tomancova. Paloma down the sideline. A cutting Tomancova.
I said a minute ago, she can get those looks down underneath. She could be devastating, and she could be a real matchup problem for IUPUI tonight.
Tomancova shooting almost 50% on the season. Down low, Walterman slipped the screen and off the basket.
And wide open looks, you're going to knock down a pretty good percentage of.
We mentioned defense had been a bit of a problem for both of these teams, both in the bottom quartile, third, however you want to count it.
It's coming in from Wisconsin.
Leads the Aces in three-point percentage and free throw percentage. That one down.
I try to keep my mouth shut. I have been known to be that jinx person.
Oh.
Right.
I was gonna defend you, but no more. Here's Davidson, drops it back. Newly into the game, Casey Urlacher dealing with some foul trouble, has slid into the lineup. Lewis the wraparound, Tomancova bobbles it on the floor. Has slid into the lineup. Lewis the wraparound, Tomancova bobbles it on the floor. Evansville with it.
Better interior defense by the Aces.
Kennedy Mason Stuyvesant. Tomancova from distance off the front of the rim. Hartwig battles with it, and it'll be IUPUI ball.
Getting the rebound. Got Dozier coming in.
For a heavy offensive player like Hartwig, she has been able to mix it up on the glass. She had 15 rebounds in the win against Chicago State. Walterman lost control. Here's Urlacher. If that name sounds familiar, yes, she is Brian Urlacher's niece. As Walterman took it in some traffic and draws the foul. She is Brian Urlacher's niece. As Walterman took it in some traffic and draws the foul. One of 4 returning Jaguars to this roster from last year.
Well, she was cool, and she was only shooting at 47%. I didn't want to hex her there, so I waited till afterwards.
There's a loose ball and a steal.
There, so I waited till afterwards.
There's a loose ball and a steal. Cameron Blank cut off and left it behind her. Cameron Blank cut off and left it behind her. Here's Kennedy Mason Stuyvesant.
Well, Stuyvesant there to clean it up for Evansville.
She almost got in some trouble there at midcourt. Here's Davidson. Down low to Tomancova. Into the corner, three on the way, just off the front of the rim by Dozier. Into the corner, three on the way, just off the front of the rim by Dozier.
Evansville's getting good looks. Those are good shots.
Underneath, Walterman off the made easy. And the ball movement so far by IUPUI has made this game easy for the Jaguars.
And they're shooting 55% from the field, and that's because of that ball movement. Evansville at 33%.
There's the first friendly Davidson, who has been outstanding, the transfer from Miami.
Add that 55% a little bit higher. They're getting good looks underneath.
That's a little bit of a boot.
And they're going to need to hit their free throws at a little better clip than that tonight.
On average, pretty good, but you want to be better than that.
That's not a bad place. That's kind of almost the Mendoza line. You got to be at least 75% in major college basketball.
It is about the Mendoza line. They're fifth in the Valley in free throw percentage. Walterman from the top. Just missed it.
That's about the IUPUI hasn't gone inside out or outside in.
Only attempted a couple three-pointers have the Jaguars. That pass a little ambitious, and three-pointers have the Jaguars. That pass a little ambitious, and Walterman comes away with it.
Maybe overpassed the tad.
Here's Davidson. Looking down low. That's been working for IUPUI. Johnson hooks around. And
going to be contact. Got it up in the general direction of the bucket.
3 years before that, she was at Toledo. Just turned 24. And that's more common these days in D1, seeing players in their... Just turned 24. And that's more common these days in D1, seeing players in their almost mid-20s.
And that experience, you can't put a price on that.
Here's Gerke with the left. She likes that shot, but couldn't get it to go. Here's Gerke with the left. She likes that shot, but couldn't get it to go.
Well, knocked the last one down. Couldn't quite get that one.
Lewis. And Walterman, she has been incredible this first quarter, trying to help out her teammate, Stinson.
But the Jaguars have gotten in the low blocks almost every time.
Exactly want to go stay home for college. She was originally going to go to Akron before a coaching change there. Found her way back to IUPUI.
Sometimes home looks pretty good.
And it's been good for both of them. There's a foul by Stinson.
They really need to hit their free throws tonight. They've raised it to 71%.
Wig.
Well, that's nice form. Not a lot of knee bend there. That's the way I like it. It's a lot easier to keep that up in the fourth quarter.
Walt Ferber approved on those free throws. Here's a nice find, but a big swat by Gerke. Here's a nice find, but a big swat by Gerke.
That's a picture-perfect block.
And the ball given. We talk about pressure on these players and coaches, but the real pressure, those shot clock operators.
Those guys do a great job.
Blank with 15 on that shot clock. Underneath, Johnson too much on it. Blank gets the rebound. Underneath, Johnson too much on it. Blank gets the rebound. Underneath, Johnson too much on it. Blank gets the rebound. Davidson inside, draws the foul from first quarter for the junior.
Would you say she's got spurt ability, though? averaging 16 points. You told me what I heard up there. She's been kind of a pleasant surprise for the Jaguars.
Yeah, Kate Bruce said they knew she was good, but they didn't know she would be her, who was off to a phenomenal start, but got banged up, sprained ankle. They're expecting her back soon, but she's not playing tonight.
Boy, IUPUI is playing great denial defense. Nothing coming easy for the Aces.
And there's a deflection and a steal
by both squads.
Well, Gerke's listed at 5'10". She's playing like she's 6'10". Here's Lewis. Creates some contact, but wasn't accurate on. Here's Lewis. Creates some contact, but wasn't accurate on the shot. Alana Stuyvesant up to Smith.
Good half-court defense again by the Purple Aces.
Stuyvesant, the Lindenwood transfer, lost her footing. Tomancova. There's another deflection by Davidson. Davidson's got some active hands for IUPUI on defense. Dozier, no good. Dozier, no good.
Had to force that shot to get one up before the shot clock.
That's an errant pass to the cheerleaders. Almost no difference between game and shot clock. We'll see if the Purple Aces can get a good look here.
Does look like they're going for that final shot.
Stuyvesant underneath off to Tomancova. Stuyvesant underneath off to Tomancova. Walterman, Urlacher, good if it goes.
Oh my. As
picked up a
looks
foul
to get some positive matchups.
Oh, that time Urlacher.
Baseline.
They need stats for just obstructing paths. We don't have enough stats as it is. A lot of Stuyvesant. Got a lot of rotation on that ball, but Katie Davidson, relatively quiet first quarter, just 4 points for the leading scorer for IUPUI. She goes to work, has it poked away. The leading scorer for IUPUI. She goes to work, has it poked away. Paloma in transition.
Help side their defense outstanding.
Artwig. No good. Stinson.
Standing.
Artwig. No good. Stinson.
Thomas with, that's Blank with good defense there for the Jaguars.
Nice step through, but fouled from behind. Jayla Johnson now back to the free throw line.
And the Jaguars have hit their free throw set.
There's Robin Sherwells, third season at Evansville. Overall record stretching back to prior days, trying to get the team back on track. 1-6 start to the season for Evansville. Tomancova.
Boy, so
Tomancova.
Boy, so
Tomancova.
Boy, so close. And Coach Wells has raised expectations, really improvement in her 3 years here. Davidson, and she doesn't need that much time. She's a good shot.
That was a pure stroke from the corner. 7 points now for Davidson. No answer from Kennedy Mason. Stuyvesant, but 7 points now for Davidson. No answer from Kennedy Mason. Stuyvesant, but
The Aces.
She has 4 points now.
Adding 7 minutes played.
That's a pretty high rate. Blank buries one.
You get your feet set. You can knock those down, and that puts a double-digit lead out there. You can knock those down, and that puts a double-digit lead out there. This is a dangerous, dangerous time for the Purple Aces.
IUPUI was 0 for 4 from 3 in the first quarter. They're now 3 for 3. IUPUI was 0 for 4 from 3 in the first quarter. They're now 3 for 3 here in the second. Looking for a transition bucket. Off the Tomancova screen. Hartwig has been the hot hand. Tomancova has had a hard time getting the roll. Nice cut, though, by Paloma.
That's the way down the baseline.
Great movement off the ball by Paloma. Here's another cut and the bucket.
Here early in the contest.
The charity bank has been giving freely to IUPUI tonight.
Yes, it has.
I have 3 points for Urlacher. She was scoreless in most of her games this season, but she's now scored in 3 in a row, taking more of an offensive load.
Well, she does like her uncle. She does the dirty work. She screens, she rebounds.
Speaking of which, the roll, Tomancova, the ball looked like it slipped.
Screens, she rebounds.
Speaking of which, the roll, Tomancova, the ball looked like it slipped out of her fingers on the way up.
Everything but the finish there, and that's happened several times for her tonight.
Long pass. Davidson, step back, Jay.
And it already is, as she is loading it up.
She has 8 points this quarter, Walt.
12 points in 14 minutes.
Gerke high off the glass. Tomancova still can't get going.
In 14 minutes.
Gerke high off the glass. Tomancova still can't get going. Gerke high off the glass. Tomancova still can't get going.
Even when they get it down low, IUPUI's got a hand in their face. They're not making those shots easy.
She's been shooting near 50% on the season, but hasn't been able to buy a bucket here in the second quarter. Johnson from the right wing. Down and out. Tomancova the rebound. Good bucket here in the second quarter. Johnson from the right wing. Down and out. Tomancova the rebound.
Good ball movement, could not get the finish.
Gerke lets fly. Off the front of the rim, Davidson the rebound. Gerke lets fly. Off the front of the rim, Davidson the rebound.
And it's one and done when Evansville shoots.
Urlacher through the lane. Davidson replaces. A rare miss this quarter
by halftime from a psychological standpoint.
Over 3 minute scoring drought for Evansville. They are also on the wrong end of a 6-0 scoring run. And that's not going to help. Hartwig traveled in, transfer in from Akron. Also part of the coaching change that brought Katie Davidson to IUPUI. Here she is. Can't knock down the three.
Well, Tomancova not hitting, but she's doing a great job on the defensive boards.
7 rebounds for Tomancova. And finally.
But those have all been good looks. And there's been a lot of ins and outs, kind of like that free throw.
Inside the running numbers, 12-point lead for IUPUI. Davidson lets fly. Rebound Hartwig, and that was through her tires.
They made her hurry that shot just a little bit, just enough.
And here's that situation you're talking about, Walt. Chance to get it to maybe single digits, maybe down to 10. Mason Stuyvesant does get the haircut. Into this second half. Here's Stinson.
First couple of minutes of this second half, extremely important, especially to Evansville.
And the Purple Aces, they need to come out hot, defensively and offensively. And there's a stop on the opening possession.
A good defense by Hartwig, the freshman.
She was lurking at the top of the key too, Walt, hoping to pull the trigger. Now she drives. Tomancova, a strong pivot.
That's the first time tonight that she has got space. She had open space, took that extra nanosecond. She's going to knock those down all night long.
Now 3 for 10 from the field as Lewis.
That's happened. The Jaguars have come up with a quick answer, and once again the lead at 10.
There's Kennedy Mason Stuyvesant into the corner, a little too wide of Hartwig. And now Elena Stuyvesant. Paloma buries a 3. It was a shot clock. We talked about it. A lot of pressure on those guys.
Well, and sometimes they're electronics. Sometimes they don't work.
And sometimes they just blame it on the electronics.
Yes.
Lewis. Oh, nice steal there. Poke away by Tomancova. It rolled to Davidson. There's Katie Davidson. Hartwig able to. There's Katie Davidson. Hartwig able to poke it away.
Boy, she's playing well on both sides of the ball.
She went up very tall on that play. Tomancova. Oh, it just spun out. And Stinson knocks it. Oh, it just spun out. And Stinson
You want
knocks
to talk
it away.
about if there wasn't bad luck, there wouldn't be any luck at all. All the way in and out.
It touched every part of the rim. It would have painted it if it was a brush. Would have painted it if it was a brush.
But Evansville doing a good job rebounding in the second half.
Stepping through and not getting it, but Tomancova escapes with the rebound.
Second half.
Stepping through and not getting it, but Tomancova escapes with the rebound and fires a 3. Left it short. Saved underneath the Stuyvesant with the rebound and fires a 3. Left it short. Saved underneath the Stuyvesant with the left.
Little game.
Both teams hungry to get back on the winning track, get their seasons going. Coming close to the end of 2023 and the dawn of 2024. And Stinson.
Coach Bruce told them to get it down low. That's been their success point all night long, and Stinson gets a fairly easy bucket.
Gerke. Paloma. Inside Tomancova and the foul.
It's here for Evansville to get closer than they've been in a long time. They get back to 5.
Barbora Tomancova in the check center as Evansville down just 5. Davidson with an answer.
Down to almost a one possession ball game.
This still feels like midway, not quite midway through the third quarter. There's Mason Stuyvesant. Tomancova has really found her rhythm here in the second. Hartwig, a little strong from the top.
That's not a bad look. They worked inside out well, and that's what I call a really hustle play, getting the...
Hartwig, a little strong from the top.
That's not a bad look. They worked inside out well, and that's what I call a really hustle play, getting the...
Did Evansville win the 50-50 ball? They drew a foul on IUPUI's best player. Tomancova. Now getting those bounces.
One of those things.
I'll tell you, Tomancova's vision, great on the floor and for finding contacts. How about defensively?
Stinson's hard to deal with in the low block. I don't know how you stop her down there.
No, they haven't yet. She has 4 points of her 9 here in the third quarter. And that's a deflection. 8-point lead for IUPUI. Hartwig recovers it. 8-point lead for IUPUI. Hartwig recovers it.
And Stuyvesant, give her credit. The first time she goes into that doesn't feel good when you hit that thing.
No, she had to scramble for a couple of them, too.
Yes.
A little wild possession.
I like the effort by both teams.
There's a block again by Gerke. There's a block again by Gerke, her third.
Yeah, that was perfect. Waited till the ball just got out of her hands.
Down low, Tomancova. Third team foul on IUPUI of the quarter. 16 by Barbora Tomancova. She's just exploded here in the third.
And she's now 6 of 15 from the field, so that percentage has gone up in the second half.
Walterman underneath. Can't get that one to fall for her.
They're being very successful getting it to her in the low blocks.
She was 2 for 9 in the first half, Tomancova, and she's really arisen here in the second. Lewis in trouble, finds Johnson. IUPUI doesn't need to rush, though. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Urlacher hits it from the baseline.
And that's what they have done all night. They have had the extra pass. They've taken a good shot, or not taken the good shot to get the great shot. And once again, Evansville gets it to 5. Look what happens. It's back to 7 and a chance to get it up to 9 or 10 here.
Turnovers have been a bugaboo for the Purple Aces this season. They're last in the Valley in turnovers committed per game as Urlacher, and she has 7, a new career high.
And then boom, it goes from 5 to 9.
Paloma. Tomancova. Outlet passes errant. That's deflected though.
Yeah, I thought.
Paloma. Tomancova. Outlet passes errant. That's deflected though.
Yeah, I thought.
Paloma. Tomancova. Outlet passes errant. That's deflected though.
Yeah, I thought it was deflected by the Jag.
Just 6 on the shot clock. 3-ball corner pocket. Off the heel of the rim. And the long rebound can't be saved.
In those 50-50 balls, they didn't get possession, but that took some hustle. I like the blue-collar work ethic.
Walterman inside and draws the foul.
So a little foul trouble for the Aces now.
Missed on, and she followed through to IUPUI, and
yes,
and she's developed into a reliable player this year for IUPUI.
Yeah, 8 points for her on the evening. She's done well.
Oh, nice move by Gerke. Smith to recover. Oh, nice move by Gerke. Smith to recover. Given room. Left it short. Tomancova the rebound.
Tapped it to herself.
Given room. Left it short. Tomancova the rebound.
Tapped it to herself.
Given room. Left it short. Tomancova the rebound.
Tapped it to herself. I like that.
Got a little help from Gerke too. Smith. Wildly but close. Smith. Wildly but close. Walterman with options. Finds Johnson. Steps through, flares, and a charge. Is clearly impact what's about to happen.
That's a good enough percentage to win you a basketball game.
She left them both at the line. Hartwig battling for the rebound. Gets it. She left them both at the line. Hartwig battling for the rebound. Gets it.
And those are starting to be gold as we're getting ready to head down the home stretch.
Oh, hold on now. Blank was a All-American at the junior college Division III level before coming to IUPUI.
That at one time was at 83%, is now down to 65%.
IUPUI 43% in the second half from the free throw line. Not that charitable. The door is closed up.
And it was so charitable in the first.
There's Santa Claus out there early. On St. Nicholas Day, nonetheless. Stuyverson missed it. Underneath Tomancova, the ball was tipped. Stuyverson missed it. Underneath Tomancova, the ball was tipped.
You're going to stop her. And if you try, you may end up having an old-fashioned three-point play.
She had 6 points, and it seemed like all of them.
Things, you get it into Stinson in the post, and you're going to get some of those fouls pile up too. And man, you're looking, they are battling into there. What a good job from the
vice versa on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, you think we go third time the charm? I bet you they go into Stinson again if they have the opportunity.
We go to Johnson right now. And here is Stinson kicking. 3 on the way. And it falls.
Major league shooters roll.
What a bounce there for Katie Davidson, who has 18. Tomancova gets an answer on the other end. She has 18.
We're seeing some great old-time prototypical center play in this game tonight by Stinson and Tomancova.
Down low, Stinson! A baker's dozen for Faith Stinson.
And she's done it very efficiently. 5 of 9 from the field.
Gerke drives. Tomancova couldn't chase it.
5 of 9 from the field.
Gerke drives. Tomancova couldn't chase it.
9 from the field.
Gerke drives. Tomancova couldn't chase it. And IUPUI looking to go up big here early in the fourth quarter.
Danger time for the Purple Aces, certainly.
A missed 3 by Stinson, easy quarter.
Danger time for the Purple Aces, certainly.
A missed 3 by Stinson, easy rebound for Hartwig.
Evansville needs a bucket.
And here's a young lady who could get it.
And every time you think that it's IUPUI is going to put it out of reach, Evansville battles back. So a big possession here for the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's down to 7. Urlacher wants to go to Stinson. Davidson. Stinson with the left, wildly missed. IUPUI had a big offensive possession. Evansville, this one's huge too. We cut it to a 2-possession game. And they do.
Gerke's played well tonight, both sides of the court.
Got to have a handful of blocks. She's got 6 points. She's defending IUPUI's best player. Urlacher on the attack. It was blocked by Hartwig and fouled by Urlacher on the attack. It was blocked by Hartwig and fouled by Crossed the 20-point mark in the game.
Didn't she look like an 84% free throw shooter there? That was some good free throw shooting.
Confident and calm. Stinson pokes away from Tomancova, and then the third. Stinson pokes away from Tomancova, and then the third foul of the game on to
just back up to 7, and that time starting to be a factor.
When she misses it, all have 3.
Each of these possessions are becoming like platinum now for the Purple Aces.
There's the old reliable.
And she's got to come out of the ball game.
And they need that offense, and the 20 points that Davidson has now sits on the bench as Tomancova has a game-high 21.
And it's back to one possession again. Man, this is going to be something.
That's going to be on Gerke. 3-point
Johnson
game.
needs to hit these. And she does on that one. Well, those were two.
Here's Kennedy Mason Stuyvesant. Kennedy got it to fall. Waiting to see who they gave the foul to, but it's Tomancova at the free throw line. So it's one of those goofy situations. And so is a loose ball foul, and then with Evansville being in the penalty, it's a one by as much as 14 in this game, is only down one with just under 6 minutes to play.
Buckle up. It's going to be a fun finish. And I tell you, when your legs are tired, and these are hard free throws to hit.
Now she makes it look easy. She's got 10. She's got 10.
But a steal one from the late, great Stuart Scott. Cool as the other side of the pillow on that one.
And Palomo was swatted away by Stinson.
Pillow on that one.
And Palomo was swatted away by Stinson. Blank down the lane. Rebound loose.
Mason possession, though.
And here comes Kennedy.
She's done that a lot.
Stuyvesant to Stuyvesant. And a foul called on 3 points so far tonight. Averaging 9.9. I guess we could just say 10.
Yeah.
And Lindenwood is next up on the schedule. They play on Saturday. Next Saturday.
Back to a point again.
Johnson's been a one-woman press-breaking crew here. She's been manning the point for this fourth quarter. Oh, Urlacher traveled.
Question.
That's a good question. Well, maybe you want to get under 4, really, but it'll depend on these next few possessions, I think. Evansville trying to almost force her back on the floor. Trying to draw that last foul. Stuyvesant misses. Back on the floor. Trying to draw that last foul. Stuyvesant misses. And a whistle on Alana Stuyvesant.
IUPUI a little more, though. I tell you, Gerke's played well for Evansville.
This year, until just now. And goes 1 for 2. Evansville could tie it.
That Trey would actually put him on top for the first time tonight.
Tomancova. Blocked by Stinson. And
that great defense by Stinson.
Poked away by Tomancova. That block on the other end. Paloma off the screen, but an offensive foul. These are teams that think a lot. They don't think this record reflects them, what their respective teams will be this year.
Would you say both these teams are hungry?
They're starving. Davidson clears out Stuyvesant and will go to the line.
Getting the possibility of an old-fashioned three-point play. That's at the free throw line for the Jaguars.
Her season high was 32 in IUPUI's debut of the season against Eastern Illinois. Stuyvesant from the right block. Gets it back. Stuyvesant from the right block. Gets it back. Stuyvesant from the right block. Gets it back. Hartwig draws up. Hartwig 87% at the free throw line this year.
1 of 2 at the line tonight. She is in double figures now, 12 points. Again, it's a 1-point game.
Stinson thought about pulling the trigger on that corner three.
Are deep in the shot clock.
4 to shoot. Walterman lowers her head and gets a friendly roll.
Got the bucket and took about 30 seconds off the clock.
Just 3 minutes to go. 3-point ball game. Stuyvesant blocked but fouled by
With the body, but it was a clean block.
the focus. And the execution.
Shooting those things this time of the game.
Misses the second, but that's off by basketball. Chance to make it a 2-possession game. Errant pass. Paloma. Errant pass. Paloma. Stuyvesant off the front of the rim.
You know, you look at that as this place has been loud. Before she hits that, the Aces have their first lead of the ball game. They get the steal.
Underneath.
This has been loud. Before she hits that, the Aces have their first lead of the ball game. They get the steal.
Underneath. Hartwig ties it.
Oh, my.
And an offensive foul.
Marketing, I see that in her career.
Stuyvesant inside, blocked, loose ball.
Career.
Stuyvesant inside, blocked, loose ball. Davidson in transition, pops and drops it.
She
has 23.
made that happen all by herself.
2-point lead for IUPUI. Paloma overshot that. Paloma overshot that one and would have given Evansville the lead.
Want to get it back to 2 possessions.
Just an inch inside the line. Simpson mops it up.
Want to get it back to 2 possessions.
Just an inch inside the line. Simpson mops it up.
She clears space.
And a clutch 4-0 run by IUPUI. Tomancova. Catch and release floater. Just under 63 points per game. They got 75 tonight. Finally found some offense, and this young lady has been the author of it.
Evansville has to get a stop.
Stinson, baseline J, is splashing.
What a game for her. The young lady, the sophomore from Thornville, Ohio.
Hartwig doesn't pull the trigger on a 3. Under a minute to go. 2-possession game. Tomancova gets the roll. It cuts it to 4.
Still keeps it at the 2-possession mark, though.
Urlacher in trouble. Shovels it to Davidson. Evansville playing it straight up.
A bucket here pretty much puts it in the bank.
Davidson, the runner, goes in the foul.
They're glad that young lady at the free throw line decided to come back home to Indy.
I think so. She missed it, though.
I think after this contest, both these teams are going to have something to hang their hat on.
Stuyvesant throws it away. Walterman stepped. Stuyvesant throws it away. Walterman stepped in front of it. Here's Lewis. And the foul given.
But Lewis can make this thing
almost untenable.
Yeah, a moot point.
Not yet.
But not on enough to give the Aces a chance.
Makes the second trip, especially with the renovation on the highway there, the interstate.
A lot closer with I-69.
Hartwig blocked by Stinson. Tomancova looking for 2, gets it. 8 seconds to. Hartwig blocked by Stinson. Tomancova looking for 2, gets it. 8 seconds to go.
And Tomancova did take her time to make sure she got the bucket. That was good. and you're going to start trying. You're going to have the ball in the hand of a young lady that shoots at 84% for the season. It's points for Davidson now.
6-point lead. Stays 6, not enough